Hi, my name's Olivia, and today I've got a book review for you. Today I'm reviewing The Magic and Path of the Divine Erotic, Sacred Sex by Gabriela Herstik. If you don't know Gabriela, she is also the author of publications such as Inner Witch, Embody Your Magic, and Bewitching the Elements. And I also did an interview with her here, if you're curious on getting to know her and her practice a little bit more. She's a wonderful person. I've met her once in person and hung out with her, and it was just a wonderful time. But otherwise, let's dive into the review. So this book, would I even recommend it to begin with? Yes, absolutely. I think this book shot straight up to one of my favorite books on sex magic just because of how much information. There's a lot in it, but it's in an approachable way. It's not overwhelming, and I also just personally like the way that Gabriela writes. It's not a super thick book, but it is a little thicker than I think I would have expected for something like this, which I really appreciated. It's written in a really classy way, and also it's very inclusive. A lot of the very beginning of this book is helping you start. And I think that that's one of the biggest obstacles that a lot of people face when they start diving into something that's a little new in their practice, or new in anything, is just getting started. And she gives you the tools very blatantly, very upfront, and very accessibly in this book in the very beginning. So first off, she gets straight into the basics of what sex is, what intimacy is, different myths around sex, and it's very refreshing to read a lot of these things. Further, there are journaling prompts all the way through the book. I believe there's journaling prompts at the end of every chapter. There's a lot. So I'm gonna say every chapter if I'm remembering correctly, but all of them are fantastic. And sitting there, even just thinking about them and not really journaling all of them through, I thought that that was really good for not only practicing sex magic, but also a little bit of shadow work and deep diving in there as well. So again, like I said, she gives you foundations just straight up front. She gives you kind of a foundation and a skeleton of what a ritual might look like for your practice. Just very basic things that anybody can do, anybody can try, and it's so basic that it's malleable to anybody. So you can take away or add things or change things to your liking and to better your practice personally. She also talks a lot about different traditions and sex magic within those, and while she doesn't do a full deep dive in each of those, she does give you enough information to where you have somewhat of an understanding of it, and if you wanted to do more research on your own and kind of just fall down that rabbit hole on your own, then you absolutely could. A lot of the book is based in using tarot cards, so if you already use tarot cards or if you're getting to know tarot, and this is also a pretty good addition because she focuses on specific archetypes of the major arcana, using that in the practice and in specific rituals. With that being said, there are a lot of rituals in here, and again, it's broken down step by step, very easy for anybody to do without a partner, with a partner, or with multiple partners. So sex is a very uncomfortable thing to talk about for a lot of people. Gabriela understands that, and you see that through the book as you go from one cover to the other. She just eases you into things, and you can take it at your own pace. And it's just little stepping stones as you go through the book, and it's just slowly introducing you to new things that may or may not be within your boundaries. And she's also very good at reminding you about your boundaries and to be comfortable about setting your boundaries and exploring within those. And one of my absolute favorite things about this book, because we always hear about the divine feminine and the power of the divine feminine, and she touches on the divine masculine, which I think is a very ignored piece of magic, of energy. And she has a whole chapter. It's very in-depth, it's wonderful, and she talks a lot about how to harness the divine masculine and how to create kind of more of that balance of the feminine and the masculine, the yin and the yang, and does hone in on the fact that it's, again, not about biology and not about physicality, it's about energy. And it's just the words that we're using in order to best describe yin and yang, masculine, feminine, cold and hot type of thing. And lastly, I said that already, but actually lastly, this is more of just a detail that I loved about this book. All of this book is written in red text, and it's not like red to where it hurts your eyes or anything. When I first opened this book and started reading this, I was outside, it was super sunny, and I was staring at it in the sun, like I was like, is this written in red? And because that'd be pretty cool if it was. And when I went inside, my eyes adjusted, It is. It's written in red text, and I just think there's just something about that I really, really liked. It was very intentional. Gorgeous book aesthetically, amazing book to read. It's classy and provocative at the same time. It's inclusive and pushes you to be uncomfortable, pushes you to set your boundaries with yourself and with partners. Very good journaling prompts, regardless if you plan on doing a lot of sex magic or not. Some awesome rituals and spell work in here, and just very thought-provoking. Honestly, this is exactly the type of work that I expected from Gabriela. I was not disappointed whatsoever. If anything, I was pleasantly surprised, and she surpassed my expectations, which were already pretty high, being that her name is on this. I had a fantastic time reading this. It was a very easy read, and this would definitely be in one of my grimoire shelves, I guess, something that I can reach out and grab for a reference of any kind of rituals. So again, thank you so much for writing this, Gabriela. Thank you for sending this to me. Fantastic read. I'll leave everything down below to find Gabriela Herstik. I'll leave her link tree, the interview, and all of her other books down below if you're curious. But otherwise, that is all that I have for you for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Best of luck. Be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.